everyone, my name is Juan Baro. I work for Crear Energy Experts, and I'm happy to welcome you to this webinar on the collaboration agreement setup on behalf of the onHeat Consortium. First of all, today we'll cover the agenda, which basically will go over the objective of the collaboration agreement. Then we'll go on to the workflow to see how this will be set up, providing also a timeline that applicants can check to know when the consortium should be replying. Also, we'll go over the collaboration agreement itself with an overview first, then the setup process, and we'll finish by looking at the template, having a look at it, so you can get familiar with it. So let's get straight to the point. First of all, the objective side of it, we carry out the collaboration agreement because we need to evaluate the feasibility of fulfilling the objectives envisioned by the participant within the onHeat support facility. And this means that perhaps some of the objectives are too ambitious, and we have to assess if it will make sense to split this project between two different support facilities, as applicants can apply to different support facilities and to different calls. So split it between two calls, or rather go for more attainable results. Then it also provides an agreement on the scope of the project and the expected results, both on the applicant and on the consortium side, which allows to define the support activity in a way that the workflow and timeline are fixed, as well as next steps to be carried out after the setting of the collaboration agreement. Lastly, it allows the consortium to assign the most suitable partner for the support facility, which will be done based on the allocation criteria and also on the participants' characteristics that will be evaluated during this process. So going on to the next slide, the workflow will work in the following way. First of all, we'll have a general session where you can find presentations such as these, and where all the members taking part, or the participants, which are applicants that are already selected, will be invited to this general meeting, and they could pose any questions that they may want. And after that general meeting, more information will be provided on each of the support facilities, and perhaps the collaboration agreement set up and other steps of the process. Then we'll have ramp-up meetings, which are the first bilateral contact between participants on the consortium. And the consortium partner will fill out the collaboration agreement using an interview approach that will allow him to fill fill the gaps in the information that we need. After this has been done, the collaboration agreement submission will start. So the partner will send out the draft to the participant, and the participant will provide its feedback or the final version. In case there are no comments or feedback, we'll assume this as a proof of acceptance. This is done in this way in order to ease the communication process within your organizations, and also to have a more swifter process as it pertains to the collaboration agreement setup. After this collaboration agreement has been fixed, the first contact between the partner and the participant will start. Here we are meaning the partner responsible of the support facility, who will be making official contact with the participant. In most of the cases, we try for the members of the consortium that are carrying out the ramp-up meetings to be the ones providing the support. So that's why we try to assess beforehand, but perhaps this could change depending on the consortium resources or on the project's specificities. Last of all, the support facility will kick off once the responsible partner and the participant have agreed on their timeline according to the predefined collaboration agreement. Going on to the timeline, so after we close the call for applications, there will be a month for evaluating received applications. Then we'll go on to setting this general assembly meeting and the ramp-up meetings. This could go over for a month. After that, we have the collaboration agreement submission, within another month, 15 days. Lastly, going to the first contact, it should happen between the first and second month, and then the support facility will kick off depending on the agreement reached between the consortium partner and the participant. Basically, what we mean with this timeline is that we can adapt to your needs. So in case there are some projects that are a little bit more rushed and need to start a little bit more quickly, this could be fixed, and we could get straight to the support activity. While for other members, because this already happened in those call for applications, there were some members that would rather start during the summer because they had already some deadlines, or you could rather say I'll start working from September on, and we can develop the support activity within the 3 months that are envisioned for this. So yeah, between 1 and 2 months after receiving or closing the call, all collaboration agreements should be finalized, and the support facilities should kick off. So going over to the collaboration agreement, here we have a little bit of an overview. First of all, there are no legal implications between the participant and the onHeat project, so this collaboration agreement will not be legally binding. This is really important because it also eases the process, the internal process within your organizations. Also, this is set up to have a starting point to have defined the support activity within the support facility capabilities. It also provides an understanding before kicking off the facility, so we all are on the same page. The collaboration agreement could be modified or extended in the future in case we need or we see the need for it. And there will be one collaboration agreement to be filled in for each of the support facilities that the participant will take place in. So in case you're applying to both support facility number 1 and support facility number 2, which are feasibility studies and support on strategic heating and cooling planning, you'll have 2 separate collaboration agreements with each of your consortium partner. Then going on to the setup process, basically we'll start with the objective. So we will align the support activity and the support facility. We want to know what's your envisioned objective, and for this we'll gather information such as the objective of the case study, the approach to be used, and also this will give us information on the tools to be used, which, as you know, might be thermos or hot maps depending on your needs. Once we have the objective defined, we can go over to the inputs. Basically here we define the inputs and the sources to be gathered. Starting with the inputs, then the participant data that the participants already have available through previous projects or through their own knowledge. Then for the information that it's not found yet, we can go to other sources, so identify these sources, and in case we don't find any sources or we cannot think of, we can find an alternative procedures toward the lack of data. Once all these inputs or all the inputs needed to fulfill your objective have been defined and their sources identified, we can go to the outputs. So basically what we want to do here is set up the concept or define the concept and the format of the outputs and results expected. This means, for example, there will be some projects where they just need the information that we provide. So for example, the results page of our tools will be enough. But for example, for other projects, perhaps we need an Excel file that they can work on, or a GIS file that they could use. Perhaps defining a template on Word to present these results and to forward them to other organizations. So a lot of this needs to be defined here. The gathering information on this step will be the support facility outputs themselves, additional outputs that could be used for future support, either within the onHeat project or for public support within your country. And then this will allow the consortium and the partner to assess the workload and perform a workload estimation. This could also mean that the process needs to be reassessed as the workload is too much for both the participant and the consortium to undertake. Lastly, once we have this workload, we'll be able to define the workflow, milestones, and deadlines. So here, basically, it's how the support will be deployed. We'll create a workflow and define the steps to be followed. We could set milestones in case we find it necessary. When I say we, I mean both the consortium and the partner, the participant. Also, there could be deadlines set up so that we just know when we're behind schedule. Periodic meetings in case they are needed. For example, for more advanced projects, we usually recommend to meet on a needs basis. So whenever the participant feels like they have a doubt or they need assistance, they can reach out to us and we'll set up a meeting. But for other projects that are in the early stages, usually it's better to just fix a couple of meetings and see how the development goes. Lastly, I'll show you the collaboration agreement template. So basically, this is perhaps not the format, but yet it's the content of everything that we'll be gathering. So here you see most of what has already been discussed during this presentation will be fixed, and basically this is what participants will receive when finalizing the collaboration agreement. So this is the last of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. You have here my contact details in case you need any further information. And also we have available the help desk, so you can reach out to us through that way also, through that channel. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a great day.